Frank John Gorshin, Jr. was an American character actor, impressionist, and comedian. He was perhaps best known as an impressionist, with many guest appearances on The Ed Sullivan Show and Tonight starring Steve Allen. His most famous acting role was as the Riddler on the live-action television series Batman. Early life. Gorshin was born on April 5, 1933 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the son of Catholic parents Frances, a seamstress, and Frank Gorshin, Sr., a railroad worker. He was of Slovenian ancestry. Frank Gorshin's father, Frank Sr., was a second-generation Slovenian American whose parents emigrated to America from Donjka, Slovenia. His mother, Frances or Fanny, née Prieran, came as a young girl from Regura Vas, near Novo Mesto, the main city of Donjka, or Lower Carnila, in Slovenia. Both of Frank unregistered trademark's parents were active in Pittsburgh unregistered trademark's thriving Slovenian community. They sang in the Slovenian Singing Society Prieran, named after the great Slovenian poet Franz Prieran. In an interview, Frances said that her son, Frank, being the product of a Slovenian home, spoke mostly Slovene before going to school. At the age of 15, he took a part-time job as a cinema usher at the Sheridan Square Theatre. He memorized the mannerisms of the screen stars he saw and created an impressionist act. He was still in high school when he obtained his first paid employment, which he secured as the prize in a Pittsburgh talent contest in 1951, a one-week engagement at Jackie Heller's New York nightclub, Carousel. His parents insisted that he take the engagement, even though his 15-year-old brother had been hit by a car and killed just 2 nights before. After graduation from Peabody High School, Gorshin attended the Carnegie Tech School of Drama in Pittsburgh. When not studying, he worked in local plays and nightclubs. In 1953, Gorshin was drafted into the United States Army and posted to Germany. He served for a year and a half as an entertainer attached to Special Services. While in the Army, Gorshin met Morris Bergman, who later introduced him to Hollywood agent Paul Kohner. Frank Gorshin's entire Army service record was later destroyed in the U.S. National Personnel Records Center fire of 1973. Career. When Gorshin left the Army, he returned to public performance, and in 1956, he became a prolific film actor. He also appeared on various television series, including the role of Hank Butts, with Michael Landon cast as Jim Mason, in the 1958 episode Shadow of Bell, star of the syndicated Western series Frontier Doctor, starring Rex Allen. In 1959, he was cast in 3 episodes as Seaman Pulaski on Jackie Cooper's CBS military sitcom drama, Hensley. Thereafter, Gorshin played roles in ABC's crime drama The Untouchables. He guest-starred 12 times on CBS's The Ed Sullivan Show, the first having been on February 9, 1964, the same night that the Beatles and Davy Jones debuted. Gorshin was a popular act at nightclubs, notably those of Las Vegas, Nevada, where he was the first impressionist to headline the main showrooms. He was also the first impressionist headliner at the Empire Room of New York's Waldorf Astoria Hotel. Among his most popular impressions were of Burt Lancaster and Kirk Douglas, as well as Marlon Brando. Gorshin's slender athletic build, wide mouth, and pale eyes under strong brows were ideal characteristics for screen henchmen. In 1957, he fell asleep at the wheel of his car after driving from Pittsburgh for 39 hours without sleep and crashed his car. He was on his way to a Hollywood screen test for the role of Petty Officer Ruby in Run Silent, Run Deep. He sustained a fractured skull and spent 4 days in a coma. A Los Angeles newspaper incorrectly reported that he had been killed. The role went to Don Rickles. Gorshin's first film role was Between Heaven and Hell. In the late 1950s, Gorshin had roles in B-movies such as Hot Rod Girl, Drag Strip Girl and Invasion of the Saucer Men. In 1960, he was featured in Bells Are Ringing, playing the method actor while doing a Marlon Brando impression. As a dramatic actor, he often played tough guys like those played by one of his favorite targets of impressions, James Cagney, whom he was said to resemble. He did take a comic turn, though, as the hipster jazz bassist Basil in Where the Boys Are, as a bumbling kidnapper in the Hayley Mills vehicle That Dan Cat, and as a boss behind bars for laughs in Otto Preminger's comedy Skidoo. In 1962, Gorshin was cast as Billy Roy Fix in the episode The Fire Dancer of the NBC modern Western television series Empire, starring Richard Egan as the rancher Jim Redigo. He was nominated for an Emmy Award for his best remembered role as the Riddler on ABC's 1960s live-action television series Batman, starring Adam West. Gorshin's portrayal of the character included a high, deranged cackle, inspired by that of Tommy Uddo in Kiss of Death. He played the Riddler in 10 episodes of the series as well as the theatrical movie, although John Astin made one appearance in the role when Gorshin was unavailable. He reprised the role in the 1979 television movie Legends of the Superheroes. Gorshin also had a memorable role in the 1969 Star Trek episode Let That Be Your Last Battlefield as the bigoted half-whiteface, half-blackface alien Beale. Contrary to popular rumor and articles, Gorshin was not Emmy nominated for this role. In the early 1970s, Gorshin appeared on Broadway in Jimmy and Guys and Dolls. He made numerous guest starring appearances on such television series as The Name of the Game, Ironside, Hawaii Five-0, Get Christie Love, Charlie's Angels and Wonder Woman. In 1979, he played interplanetary assassin Seton Kellogg in a two-part episode of the television series Buck Rogers in the 25th Century titled Plot to Kill a City. During the 1980s, he appeared as the villainous Dan Wesker in the miniseries Goliath Awaits, as the cantankerous King Gama in the opera Princess Ida as part of the PBS series The Complete Gilbert and Sullivan. He played the role of Smiley Wilson on the ABC soap opera The Edge of Night, where he used his impersonation talents to mimic other performers on the series. During this decade, he also guest-starred in episodes of series like The Fall Guy, Murder, She Wrote and Monsters. During the 1990s, he featured as a mobster kingpin in The Meteor Man, played the evil sorcerer Brother Septimus in the Tale of the Carved Stone episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Voiced the character of Reverend Jack Cheese in an episode of The Ren and Stimpy Show. Notably, he appeared in Terry Gilliam's 12 Monkeys as the gruff superior to Madeleine Stowe's psychiatrist. In his final years, Gorshin portrayed comedian George Burns on Broadway in the one-man show Say Goodnight, Gracie, which was nominated for a 2003 Tony Award for Best Play and was reunited with several of his Batman colleagues in the television movie Return to the Batcave, The Misadventures of Adam and Bert, in which he appeared as himself. Gorshin died on the day of the telefilm's DVD release. He played the strict legendary Harvard Law School professor, John H. Keynes, in the Korean drama Love Story in Harvard, voiced villain Hugo Strange in 3 2005 episodes of the Batman animated series. He also voiced the characters Marius and Lysander in the computer role-playing game Diablo 2. Gorshin's last television appearance was in Grave Danger, an episode of the CBS series CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, which aired 2 days after his death. The episode, which was directed by Quentin Tarantino, was dedicated to his memory. While he was known for his impressions, his role on CSI was as himself. Personal life: on April 8, 1957, Gorshin married Christina Randazzo. They had one son, Mitchell, and later separated but remained married until his death. Death equals. Gorshin's final live appearance was a Memphis performance of Say Goodnight, Gracie. He finished his performance and boarded a plane for Los Angeles on April 25, 2005. After he experienced severe breathing difficulty during the flight, the attendants gave him an emergency oxygen mask. Upon landing, Gorshin was met by an ambulance which took him to the hospital, where he later died on May 17, 2005, at age 72 from lung cancer, emphysema and pneumonia. Gorshin had been a heavy smoker for most of his adult life, consuming up to 5 packs of cigarettes a day. Adam West claimed that Frank could reduce a cigarette to ash with one draw. When he did nightclub performances or live shows, audiences were warned not to attend if they disliked smoking, as he would often smoke on stage. He is interred at the Calvary Catholic Cemetery in the Hazelwood section of Pittsburgh. Filmography. Television. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Navy Log, episode, Operation Lend-Lease 80, Amps Gray, Captain Ray Duncan, The Restless Gun, episode, Duel at Lockwood, Cowboy with Singer, The Silent Service, episode, The Thresher Story, Torpedoman First Class Larkin, Henze, 3 episodes, Seaman Pulaski, Shore Patrol, USN, The Detectives, episode, The Stridger Affair, Billy McGurth, Have Gun, Will Travel, episode, Sons of Aaron Murdoch, Marty, Frontier Doctor, episode, Shadow of Belle Starr, Hank But's Mr. Lucky, episode, The Last Laugh, Jerry Misco, The Untouchables, episode, The P, Herbie Catcher, Naked City, Season 4, Episode 19, Beyond This Place There Be Dragons. Alfred Hitchcock Presents, The Regis Philbin Show, episode 1.23, Himself, Combat. Episode, The Meddle Man Called Shenandoah, episode, The Clown, Otto, Password All Stars, episode, November 25, 1966, Himself, The Munsters, episode, Herman, The Tire Kicker, Fair Deal Dan, Ride Beyond Vengeance, Todd Wisdom, The Roger Miller Show, episode 1.14, Himself, The Danny Kaye Show, episode 4.11, Himself, The Red Skeleton Hour, episode, What Did You Do in the Dump, Daddy? Nasty McMean, The Dean Martin Show, episode 2.3 and 2.21, Himself, The Sammy Davis, Jr. Show, episode 1.11, Himself, Batman, 10 episodes, The Riddler, Garrison's Gorillas, episode, Thieves' Holiday, Destin, Star Trek, episode, Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, Beale, The High Chaparral, Stinky Flanagan, The Movie Game, episode, December 9, 1969, Himself, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, episodes 2.17 and 5.5, Himself, The Virginian, episode, Follow the Leader, Dutch Miley, O'Hara, U.S. Treasury, episode, Operation, Bribery, Little Willie, Police Surgeon, episode, Borrowed Trouble, The Merv Griffin Show, episode, Salute to Horror, Himself, The Hollywood Squares-5 episodes, guest appearance, Hawaii Five-0. Episode, Welcome to Our Branch Office, Stash, Moving On, episode, Good for Laughs, Tucker J. Paulson, Ironside, episode, What's New with Mark Dorian, Policewoman, episode, Glitter with a Bullet, David Griffin, SWAT episodes, Ordeal and Strike Force, Johnny Rizzi, Sky Heist, TV Movie, Ben Harding's, The Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, Sammy Davis Jr. TV Special, Himself, The Dean Martin Celebrity Roast, Jackie Gleason, TV Special, Himself, Dinah. Episode 2.138, Himself, Rudolph's Shiny New Year, TV Movie, Set 1023, Wonder Woman, episode, The Deadly Toys, Hoffman, Charlie's Angels, episode, Angels at Sea, Harry Dana, Greatest Heroes of the Bible, episode, The Story of Moses, Parts 1 and 2, Akran, Legends of the Superheroes, Special, The Challenge, The Riddler, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, episode, The Plot to Kill a City, Parts 1 and 2, Seton Kellogg, Murder, She Wrote, episode, Morning Among the Wistarias, Arnold Goldman, The New Hollywood Squares, episode, May 30, 1988, guest appearance, The Late Show, episode, April 28, 1988, Himself, comic book collector, documentary short, Himself, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman, episode, Wine, 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 Sharpie Lawyer, Johnny Bravo, episode, Blarney Buddies Over the Hump, Johnny Meets Farrah Fawcett, Barney Stone/Clovey, VH1 Where Are They Now? TV series documentary, episode, Superheroes Himself, biography, episode, Adam West, Behind the Cow, Himself, Black Scorpion, the 57th Annual Tony Awards, TV special, Himself, biography, episode, Catwoman, Her Many Lives, Himself, CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, episode Grave Danger Himself, The Batman, episodes, Meltdown, Strange Minds, and Fistful of Felt, Professor Hugo Strange. Dr. Vegas, episode, For Love or Money, Edgar Rhodes. Stage appearances, What Makes Sammy Run? Playing Sammy Glick at Valley Music Theatre, Jimmy playing James J. Walker at Winter Garden Theatre, The Prisoner of 2nd Avenue playing Mel Edison at Parker Playhouse, Whodunit standing in as Andreas Capodistria at Biltmore Theatre, On the 20th Century playing Oscar Jaffe on a tour of the United States, Wilderness. Playing Nat Miller at American Heartland Theatre, Guys and Dolls as a performer in Las Vegas, The Sunshine Boys as Willie Clark on a tour of the United States, Say Goodnight, Gracie as George Burns at Helen Hayes Theatre. References. External links, Official website, Frank Gorshin as the Riddler Tribute web page, Frank Gorshin at the Internet Movie Database, Frank Gorshin at the TCM Movie Database, Frank Gorshin at AllMovie. Frank Gorshin at Memory Alpha, Yahoo Group, The Riddler No. 1, Frank Gorshin at The Wayback Machine, MTV, Influential Batman Riddler. Frank Gorshin dies at 72, Jesse McKinley, Frank Gorshin, Batman Riddler, dies at 72, obituary in the New York Times at May 19, 2005. Video performances doing impression of Richard Burton, doing impression of Burt Lancaster on YouTube, doing impression of James Caney on YouTube.